Hi, I'm Brandon, and I'm back to do a commentary on Thomas Coffen, the cowboy predator. Or I guess maybe he's the other cowboy predator. I don't know if him or Vincent Ambrosio is the definitive one. I guess maybe this guy, just because he came first, we'll give him the credit.
Going into Fort Myers, I had just come off a vacation not far from there with my family on the beach, got some sun and had some great seafood. So I was rested and ready to go, but sometimes you work till 4 o'clock in the morning and
That must just be the life, just being able to travel around and see different places around the country and then just kind of do some relaxing and do some other fun stuff before getting to go and bust predators in the sting.
Stressful effects of that vacation go away pretty quickly.
On the ground!
Dog, chill, man.
Police, get on the ground! On the ground!
This is one of the nicest, wealthiest neighborhoods in Fort Myers. Something from the Home and Garden channel. Virtually every guy who walked in, was just stunned at how beautiful this house was.
Wow. You guys got him, Rob?
Frag is sort of an administrator. He oversees the perverted justice decoys who are operating on computers across the country and in our house as well. He coordinates with the police.
And I guess it just goes back to show how dumb these guys are that they would ever think that some young girl like this that just comes from a wealthy family, lives in this big house in a nice neighborhood, would ever be interested in them. They wouldn't, no girl anywhere would be interested, but it just makes it just that little much stupider on their part that they would fall for that and possibly think that's a reality.
Slow roll this.
He gives us the information we need, the transcripts, so I can confront the men who come into the house, and separately provides information to the district attorney's office so that they can have their parallel investigation go smoothly on the other side. Emily had been with us in Ohio and came along with us to Florida.
So here's a question for everyone, a little bit off topic. Well, I guess not really off topic, but what would you rather have? What do you think would be a better gig, assuming that pay was the same? You could either work for the police and be on that part of it and getting to catch the guys, or you could work on the perverted justice side of it. Which, I don't know, what would you rather do? I don't know what I'd rather do. Probably rather the perverted justice side. It's kind of a hard question because obviously the police wouldn't do this full time. They would have to be other police duties. But just from within this small world here, I think it'd be funner just being the people to capture them online and then get them to come over and then confront them. That's probably what I'd pick.
College student, dancer, 19 years old, but looked way, way younger. And she could easily pass for a 13 or 14-year-old.
Oh my God.
He's out of the vehicle.
What is he carrying?
We were trying to figure out what Thomas Coffen.
And these guys, they don't know that there's people in the house. They assume the girl's alone, and they don't know that they're part of a sting, obviously, and that they're just one of dozens of morons coming here. And then here we just have 4 people just gathered around a monitor, trying to look at it, watching you, wondering what you're carrying.
He's walking up the driveway.
Security people are worried about a weapon. It could also be alcohol or any number of things. In the case of Thomas Coffen, it was nothing.
Made the turn. Knocking on the back door.
Hey, come on in!
Huh?
Come on in, I'm in here. I made you some chocolate chip cookies and they're on the table.
What the hell is he wearing? Why would you show up for a date with any person, not wearing a shirt? This is, I get he's trying to go for a cowboy thing, but I don't think this would be appropriate anywhere.
I'm just getting changed. I got some chocolate on my shirt.
He's in the kitchen.
Come into the living room and take a seat.
I'm right here standing.
He's looking nervous, Rob. Have your guys ready.
Hey, how are you? Why don't you have a seat on that stool for me there? What's up?
I'm looking for work and stuff.
Looking for work and
Looking for work and stuff. I know a guy who's actually looking to hire. He has a construction company. He's looking to hire people.
stuff.
Yeah.
And what kind of work were you looking for here exactly?
I do blacktop sealing.
Blacktop sealing.
Yeah.
Coffen's story didn't make a lot of sense. Now, do you want to start the story again?
What do you mean?
Tell the truth. That was a lie.
Sorry about that.
Why did you lie, Tom?
It's weird that would be their go-to excuse. I get this, the instinctual denial. Just be hey, I wasn't here to do anything wrong. But to say, I'm looking for work. in this house? Why? Like that just seems like a weird. I wonder if the guys that say that like him are maybe they're just such bad employees that they're always getting fired. Like they could just never hold down a job. So a lot of their life is just going from one job to the next. They're always looking for another job because somehow they get fired or quit or something happens. They just never have stable employment. So that's like their main issue in life is looking for work. So it's the first thing they think of. It just seems like a bad excuse. And his, like, I think that's a cowboy hat, but it kind of looks like a Wicked Witch of the West hat that someone just like clipped the tip of it off. It doesn't look normal.
I just don't like being in trouble, you know. I talk to a lot of people, and I meet a lot of people.
Come to find out, Thomas Coffen had done this before and even sent a girl naked pictures of himself.
The reason you sent this picture to someone who identified themselves as a 14-year-old girl?
I had those in my, well, when I send a picture,
Right. That's appropriate?
no.
To send to a 14-year-old girl?
I like how he couldn't even finish his sentence. He's like, let's listen to that again.
The reason you sent this picture to someone who identified themselves as a 14-year-old girl?
I had those in my, well, when I send a picture,
Right. That's appropriate?
It's like, I had those in my, when I send a picture, and he couldn't finish either of those statements. His brain is not working too quickly.
no.
To send to a 14-year-old girl? I am into young girls. I like them better than older girls.
Yeah, that's a pretty incriminating statement there, Thomas.
Younger, you know, like 19, 20. That's what I meant by that.
Are you into sex? What was the biggest blank you have had? She says she's only had one. You talk about the size of your penis.
Well, I'll be honest, I admit with everything I did say on there. I'm a person, I don't like getting in any trouble because...
Well, how could you expect not to get in
Oh, damn. Unfortunately, he can't be arrested now because he's the kind of person that doesn't like getting in trouble. So, what are you going to do?
into trouble by setting up a date after a sexually charged conversation with a girl who said she was 14? How could you expect not to get in trouble?
She PM me a couple times. I can show you and stuff.
Who approached whom first?
I clicked on the name, you know, I say hi. And
Right.
Yeah. So you initiated the conversation and talked to her first, and then you're trying to blame her because she messaged you back a few times.
So you started the conversation.
Yeah.
Can you take a nude picture of yourself?
I just talk and, you know, not to make anything bad, you know, I talk to a lot of people and stuff, and I gotta...
You're not answering his question or justifying what you're doing. You're just saying that you talk to a lot of people. Like, okay, that's fine. You're not in trouble for that. You're in trouble for this specific instance where you sent the underage girl naked pictures of yourself.
cousin that usually goes on the computer and types up stuff underneath my name too.
Oh, now he's going for the old someone else did this. And like I've noticed some other predators have said this, that kind of like someone was playing a prank on them. That's a pretty horrible prank. If a friend of yours went like on your phone or something or on your computer and talked to an underage girl and talked to them sexually and made plans to meet up for sex, and then somehow you went over there yourself, which doesn't make sense. But anyways, if they did that and it got you arrested, like what the hell kind of prank is that? Like I don't think that person would be a friend for very long. Haha, man, you're in jail for sexual predation on a minor. Totally got you. Like no one's that evil just to do that as a prank. Like you might do that to an enemy, but like you wouldn't just do that as a funny joke. And even if it was someone else who was on there and took over your account to speak with someone, like why would they send naked pictures of you, and why would you be the one to show up? Like obviously you're lying.
You're not trying to tell me that you didn't have this conversation.
I typed this.
You typed this.
There was no intentions of me.
Okay, if you typed it, then what was the point of bringing up the fact that other people use your account?
Doing that.
Did you bring condoms today?
I've been listening into his conversation with Emily before I walk out to confront him. She asked about condoms.
Just gonna say, so did you bring the condoms? Did you bring protection? Did you bring something? You know, make sure you say condoms and protection.
Don't boss Emily around. She knows what to do. I have complete faith in her.
Just with condoms.
Did you bring condoms?
I always carry them on me.
Why don't you put them on the table?
I always have them.
You always carry them right here in your breast pocket.
Oh, Thomas.
But for easy access?
No. No, when they're in my wallet, you end up sitting on them. They end up making a crease inside your wallet and stuff.
You wouldn't want that.
No.
A lot of these guys have families.
I got children from my previous marriage. I got 3.
You have 3 children.
Yeah.
And how old are they?
14, 13, and 5. I got 1 boy.
14, 13, and 5. And the 14-year-old is a girl.
I mean, it's wrong on every level anyway. But then to have a 14-year-old daughter at home, you know, the inevitable question arises.
Would you be comfortable
No.
if your 14-year-old daughter
Yeah, he doesn't have to hear the end of the question. He knows what Chris is getting at.
was home alone and a man in his 30s came over to meet her
No.
after this kind of a conversation?
No, I wouldn't.
So if it's not okay for your 14-year-old daughter, why is it okay for you to do this with a 14-year-old girl?
I might have said what I said there, but there was no intentions of it.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, you said you were going to do all this stuff, and then you came there to do all that stuff, and then you claimed that you weren't going to do what you just said you were going to do. Like, yeah, that's not how things work. If you make plans to do something, and then you go to do it, you can't claim that that was not your intention.
I'm being straight up with you. You know, I swear on my own kids' life that I'm being straight up with you.
Oh, yeah, the whole, I'm swearing on my mother's life or my kid's life. No, that probably just means you're lying.
Your own kids' life.
Yeah, I love my kids dearly. I don't get to see them, but
Oh, well, now we got another angle to this story. I wonder why that is. This guy, maybe he's just such a loser that his child's mother doesn't want him around the kids. Maybe not because he's doing anything inappropriate, but maybe just he's just like a loser who can't hold down a job and he's just like a bad presence, so they just prefer him to stay away.
I love them dearly.
One of the saddest parts of this crime is the collateral damage. So what happens to the wife, to the children who are at home?
Have you ever seen Dateline NBC?
No, I usually watch sci-fi.
Right.
Oh, I think I remember watching Wall's video on this, and I'm not even going to make a joke because he had the perfect joke. He's like, I don't see this guy watching sci-fi. It looks like he'd be the kind of guy to watch mud wrestling at the dump. Yeah, so Walls wins that one. I'm not even going to make a joke about it, but yeah, this guy does seem like it'd be a surprise that he's a sci-fi fan.
Have you ever seen our stories on computer predators, adults who go online to try to meet kids? Thomas, this is one of those stories, and I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. And we're doing a story about adults meeting kids online. And if there's anything else you'd like to say, we'd like to hear it. And if not, obviously you're free to walk out
Can someone give him a shirt that he could wear while he's on his way?
that door.
No.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
We're prepared to have more than one guy show up at the same time, and it's happened since the very first investigation. Sometimes the police make an arrest and don't have time to take the guy away
Just on my way to the beach.
and have to hold him until they can make a second arrest, and they'll take both of the guys to be questioned
have a choice.
and processed after that. And that's what happened when Thomas
I
Coffen
had the honor of sharing the vehicle with Michael Willis.
left. They didn't have a chance to get the other guy out of there, so they had to take them both at the same time.
Let's like seat up. We'll be able to get
That's
in.
fine, hop in.
I wonder if that's an awkward conversation chatting with the other guy in the back.
I'm gonna walk over here to this car over here, right? I think he's ready for you.
Who do I gotta talk to after?
You'll talk to a couple of people.
After they watch you get in there.
He had some condoms were in there. The address of the location was on there on a piece of paper, so we took all that as evidence.
It says Thomas Coffen was sentenced to 29 months in prison with 3 years of sex offender probation. Yeah, I guess it's better than nothing. But yeah, just another bad guy in his long list of people getting caught. I guess what's most interesting about this guy is the fact that he's wearing a cowboy hat and sunglasses apparently, and wasn't wearing a shirt. Well, anyways, that's it for Thomas Coffen, and thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time.